Right. So, thank God today is Tuesday, and as we used to do, we've not dismissed the class. The of last week, I wasn't too well, and we couldn't meet. Right. So, other leaders to also getting prepared to get on board. Very soon, we get Coach Musa and Coach Mo to on board with our lessons. So, let's all rekindle our energy, and also let's be reminded. I've heard a lot of reports from leaders, a lot of people that are should I say they don't have focus in life, right? The last time we discussed about market psychology and I discussed a lot of things with you guys. Why people redirect their energy onto unnecessary things because they always want to be used as a tool. And in this industry, I've told you several times that if you don't focus on yourself, if you don't learn, you will give your time to Ponzi scheme you give your life and your time to Ponzi scheme makers and they will always use you as a tool to make money. I've never seen anyone doing Ponzi scheme that has been so. How many people do you get it? So it's something that it's the end result wouldn't be something so beneficial to you, but most of you wouldn't listen. I'm just so silent, quiet, and observing a lot of things. What is happening? Eh? But you should know, skills that has been acquired can never be taken. Skills that has been acquired can never be taken. If you can't focus on today's journey and build yourself for 6 months, build yourself for 1 year, 2 years, and continue to be enjoying your permanent skills, you will face problems in the future. Ponzi scheme never lasts. Hmm? Ponzi schemes never last. So I don't know why some of you should be so focused on them. Is it because maybe you are hungry or you need money so badly? If you need money badly, the best solution for you is to go for betting. Go and bet. Hmm? Aviator is there. I don't know either it still exists or I don't even know. You think you need money so badly? Oh, no, that shouldn't be the option for you. So some of you, I don't know what you want. But if you really know what you want, then focus and get it. Search for it. Work things out and get what you want. Do not give your time to Ponzi schemes. Hope I'm very loud and clear here. This is just a dim brief I wanted to pass by then inform you about it. Because the information that I've been hearing out there from leaders is becoming excess. Hmm? So, yeah, I'll be honest with you all the time. Yeah, I don't have time doing Ponzi schemes. You see me being silent, I'm so focused on a lot of things. Hmm? Ponzi scheme is never an alternative and it will never be an option for me. Likewise, should it be for you as well. We are here for a purpose and we came here prepared. So it's your responsibility to learn and understand what is happening. Take advantage of opportunities. There are countless opportunities in this industry when it comes to royal kill. Why don't you take your time and then build yourself so strongly that you can be able to access every little part of opportunity that you see in the market? And I've told you several times, we are not here to build lazy traders. We are here to train people who are so willing and dedicated to take their future into their own hand. Your destiny matters, and you are responsible for your destiny. Now, tell me, all these things that you are so focused and too stressed on it, chasing Ponzi scheme here and there. After 6 months, after 1 year, if it is no more there, what is going to be your next alternative? Do you have any plan for that? Do you have any plan for your life such that you've given all your life to Ponzi schemes and you never want to listen to anyone? Eh? Sometimes, whatever decision that you are making in life, we should just be very careful and think of it twice Don't let it be as if someone is bewitching your life. No one is bewitching your life. You might be the raise you might be the one bewitching yourself. And if you don't tap into your mental faculty to tell yourself that you need to stop what you are doing, no one is going to prevent you from going to stop you. Hmm? Today this, tomorrow that. Today you jump from this platform, another day you jump from that this platform. Today you change Ponzi schemes, going here, coming here, as if you are drinking water. If there is something good out of it, why wouldn't it be so there for you? Why wouldn't it be there for you all the time? Because it's not meant for you. It's not meant for you. It's meant for someone who wants to use you as a tool to make money. Think about it. Hmm? We are not being too harsh on you. It's because we love you, and we think if you want to make any decision, you came in royal queue because you are tired of Ponzi schemes. So why then looking back? Even if not for anything, learn the trading skills, acquire it better, and make good use of it. There is no one here on this Zoom this morning who has really understood trading that will think Ponzi scheme is an alternative. Whoever see Ponzi scheme as an alternative simply means that that person never understood trading in the first place. Whoever sees Ponzi scheme as an alternative simply means that person never understood trading in the first place. He has no idea. All right. This is just by the way. And I believe you repent. If you are one of them, I believe you repent. I said, I believe you change, you repent from your bad ways. Hmm? All right. So let's start. So, technical analysis. And over here, the last time when we met, we discussed about market psychology, the reason why most of our decisions are influenced by various factors, and the reason why sometimes we run losses. We discussed about all those things, and I believe those of you who couldn't join, you went back to the YouTube channel to watch the video. I've taken time to watch the video myself, and I've also learned a lot of things from it again. Every day, that's how we learn. Hmm? So today we are moving on to another thing. With our technical analysis class, we have a lot of things to learn, and we keep learning all the time. Mind you, I've given you the yearly plan on our trading plan based on the three structure plan that we set. We said you have the structural tools, confirmational tools, and then also entry tools. So we've discussed at least one or two, three of the structural tools, but today I would like for us to use this week or 2 or 3 days of our lesson to discuss something more about fundamental analysis as well. Then we proceed, we get back to our technicals. So let's go. I believe you cannot hear me very loud and clear. I believe you cannot hear me very loud and clear. Can you all hear me? All right. So let's proceed. Since you can hear me, let's proceed. So before we proceed with that, let me know. We've discussed about the structural tools. I've given you the list on the structural tools, confirmational tools, and then also entry tools. So I want you to use this opportunity, list them in the chat box. So list the structural tools for trading. When it comes to the structural lessons that will help the trader to identify the various trends, understand the market structure in its nature. You can list them in the chat box and let me know. I know most of you've forgotten why. I know you've forgotten. So list them in the chat box for me to know that my traders are still following the trend of our lesson, because our lesson is based on a certain trend. Now, we said when it comes to trading, this trading thing that we've been discussing is all about this. This trading thing that we've been discussing is all about this structure, confirmation, and then entry. Whoever that you see that has been trading, either dropping signals or anything, first is about structure. The second part has to do with confirmation, and then the third part has to do with entry. Now, there are so many ways of identifying structures in the market. And then also there are so many ways of identifying confirmations in the market and then also entries in the market. So we categorize this into three. And we said we have the structural tools, we have the confirmational tools, and then also the entry tools. That is what I'm asking that. If you still remember them, drop the structural tools in the chat box. Simple as ABC. Let's go. Nothing is here. Simply means you don't remember. Wow. Hmm? You don't remember them. Then how sure are you that you still have the information on all the lessons that we've been having? Hmm? So list them. I'm waiting. All right. So very good. Very good. All right. At least I have some here. So let me see support and resistance, trend lines, uh ATF, LTF. So that is no. So okay, so now and our key says indicators, moving averages, demand and supply, and then also Fibonacci. Okay, so Peter, supply and demand, support and resistance, trend lines, and then also market structure. Support and resistance, demand and supply, trend lines, and the market structure. Demand and supply. All right, so that is awesome. So basically, let me give it back again. So when we talk of the uh, structural tools. I guess that is exactly what most of you have read. Drop them in the chat box, and that is okay. Okay, so market structure, and with market structure, don't forget we've discussed more on market structure. We came to a realization or conclusion on the market structure that basically a market when it comes to market structure, it's about being able to identify the waves in the market, the higher highs, the higher lows, and then the lower lows, as well as the lower highs. So this is what we discuss about market structure, right? Then also we also talk about equal highs and then also equal lows. That is for swing markets or consolidating what markets, right? So we said market structure, supply and demand, trend lines, support and what resistance. So in our lessons, we said that you don't need to even master all this, all like market structure, supply and demand, trend lines, support and resistance. Once you have idea about support and resistance, just learn the next part, which is the confirmational tools. So get one lesson out of it, then the next part out of it. So drop the next one, which is the confirmational tools. The confirmational tools. Drop them in the chat box and let me know. Yes, the confirmational tools. Drop them in the chat box. I'm waiting. Drop them in the chat box and let's see. So confirmational tools. I'm still waiting. Confirmational tools. I'm still waiting. Okay, so basically, okay. So let's see. Okay, so we have candles and indicators like MACD. So that is no. We never said confirmational tools indicators are part of it. That's not what we discussed here. So Sylvia, MACD. So we never said that. Okay, so candlesticks pattern and then also break of structure, change of character. Yes. So on our next lesson, that's what we'll be discussing, break of structure, change of character. And then with candlestick pattern, Coach Mo has already taught that lesson, right? So candlestick pattern, break of structure, change of character. Okay. All right. So Sylvia is saying just join. Yes, we've discussed that in our previous lessons. Then volume indicators. Yes, volume indicators. Okay, that is good. So basically, for the sake of those who don't remember them, let me drop those information in the let's write them down. It is good we learn, but we can't continue to learn when we've forgotten the previous lessons. It will be so difficult. So we said confirm. What's happening? Uh, I don't know if you guys can see, but it seems the pointer is not working. So confirmational tools. Why? What's up? Please, can you see my writing? But it seems it's not working here. I don't know. All right, since it's not working, let's proceed. So we said when it comes to the confirmational tools, right? We have the candlestick pattern. Okay, so we have BOS slash CHOC. That is break of structure, change of character. Then we also have fair value gap. Then what's again? Volume. Hmm? Or volume indicators. So at least if a trader wants to learn and understand, be able to design his own structure to learn to analyze the market. If you get fair knowledge about, let's say, demand and supply, and then or support and resistance, any of them, and then you're able to understand candlestick pattern. Hmm? Candlestick pattern, you are good to go. Let me know the last part, which is the entry tools. So you can drop them in the chat box. The entry tools. Hmm? The entry tools. Drop them in the chat box. So please, those of you who still don't have it, you can write this. Okay. The entry tools. Drop them in the chat. The entry tools. Okay. Yes. Let's drop them in the chat box and let me see if we still have them. So moving averages, MACD, pivot point, Fibonacci, RSI. Okay. All right. Yes. Drop them. Only two people. Drop them in the chat box. I'm waiting. I'm waiting. Okay. That is good. That is good. All right. So basically, that is the idea. Now, when a trader is able to develop this simple plan, I wish this thing. When a trader is able to develop this simple plan, it helps him, right? And how does this help you? Let's see. All right. So now, like I said initially, having this mindset, having this trading mindset, you don't need all the lessons in the market. So let's assume you develop understand about support and resistance. You'll be able to use your trading view. You draw your various lines. You draw your support zone, your resistance zone in the on the chart. Then the next thing, you get back into the market. You understand candlesticks, right? Candlestick pattern. So if you have support and resistance, the next thing that you have to understand is your candlestick. Two or three candlesticks that when you see them either top or down, that is up or down, you may be able to know either the trend is very bullish, bearish, or bullish. right? Then the other part of it is you confirm, you make that confirmation. Once you confirm with your candlestick, make that entry using your indicators like MACD or RSI or even pivot point or any of them. So this is a very simple plan that you could develop for yourself. I'm here to guide you. Do you get it? So once you keep learning, the main idea is not for us to learn everything. My responsibility is to teach a lot here, but your responsibility is to take one out of the lesson that we are teaching for you to be able to do it, practice it. Right? So come to market structure. When it comes to market structure, we've discussed market structure here. How a trader will be able to spot out the highs and then the lows in the market. If you want to identify the various structures, both support and resistance, we talk about the fact that you could be able to use the lines to draw your support and resistance. Likewise, if you want to see the highs and the lows in the market too, we discuss the same thing. You can still use the candle lines to do it, or the lines to draw to do that. Give me one in the chat if you remember them. I'm doing this because last week we couldn't meet, and this is a recap. So give me one in the chat if you still remember the review that I'm talking about. Give me one in the chat. Okay. All right. Very good. Very good. So now you can proceed. You can proceed. Right. So at your own free time, make sure that you make these lessons your priority. No one is going to do everything for you than yourself. Hmm? So do yourself that favor and get back to the board and learn more. Build yourself, and I believe it will help you. Now, let's focus. Let's get back to today's discussion. That is fundamentals. Now, I'm bringing in this because it's also part of our lesson. And whilst we keep running, some of the lessons we might be chipping them in, else we will just let it go. Right now, when it comes to fundamental analysis, if you want to become a trader, one of the things you shouldn't ignore is fundamentals. The fundamentals builds your trading structure very well, and it gives you more hope in the market than ever. There are a lot of traders who think if I know technical analysis, I don't need to learn about fundamental analysis. Trust me, if you are such a type of trader, you will always face challenges in the market, because I can honestly tell you that every true market is built and run on fundamentals more than technicals. Now, when we say fundamental analysis, basically the idea of fundamentals are the basics or the basic information that capitulates or that changes the market, the behavior of the market. The basic information that changes the behavior of the market. Now, mind you, we know when we talk about behavior, it's this is a market and the market behaves. It responds to information. So all those information that this market responds to, that is what we term them as the fundamentals. Mind you, market does not respond to technical analysis. Market does not respond to technical analysis. That is the reason why no matter how best you are in analyzing charts, it can still fail you. Why? Because market does not respond to that. But market responds to fundamentals. Know the difference. So a market may be so good, your analysis may be so good, but immediately there is fundamentals changing, the behavior of the market will change. So when it comes to trading, markets move in various directions depending on fundamentals or the behavior of traders. So the behavior of traders is categorized under fundamentals. Hmm? So let's assume now you've seen this candlestick, this very strong candlestick here. The question is, what is impacting the movement of this candlestick? And the reason why this candlestick is moving very strong is based on fundamentals. Listen, the reason why this particular candlestick that you see here is building strong momentum is based on fundamentals, not technical. I'm teaching something different this morning. What I'm trying to mean in essence is that when you become a trader, fundamental analysis are something that you should not ignore them in your knowledge as a trader, right? So once you keep focusing on building your experience and knowledge in technical analysis, fundamental analysis is something that you shouldn't do or you shouldn't ignore them. So for instance, when an asset is yet to be launched, now a lot of traders rush into this particular asset to make money because they've seen a new product in the market. It's a new product. So the movement of this candlestick in that new product is based on the fact that it is going to be launched. What is possessing the movement? A launching product. They are going to list a new product. So the very day that this asset is being listed, you see that the candlestick will begin to pull very high, then it's come very low because people are rushing to make money on that particular asset. You get it? So fundamental analysis impacts momentum. The first thing, fundamental analysis impacts market momentum. So I've told you several times. Let me repeat. Fundamentals impacts market momentum. Now, why is this candlestick becoming so strong? Why is it moving? Why is it that buyers are so chasing the asset that the price keep going up? It's because of people's sentiment. Hmm? That is what we term as the behavior. People's belief. Because other traders have seen that their colleagues are buying more. So since their colleagues are buying more, they would also love to do or to buy more. This you wouldn't see much of this in technical. You only see that the price is going up, but you don't know the main reason why the price is going up. The reason may come from fundamentals. If you understand that, give me one in the chat. If you understand that, give me one in the chat. If you understand that, give me one in the chat. If you understand that, give me one in the chat. If you understand what I'm talking about, give me one in the chat. Let me know if you've understood that. Hmm? Very good. Very good. Now, let's proceed. Let's proceed. So, you seeing this candlestick moving up and down is based on what? On fundamental analysis. Now, the next thing, fundamental analysis is based on the fact that one, there may be an economic news. Economic news or economic data. Let me use that. Economic data. Basically, when we talk of economic data, there are various information that impacts market movement or that impacts investors' confidence in markets. Hmm? So, some of this information, anytime it is dropped, maybe let's talk about US or any world superpower. Anything with regards to their economic information increases or decreases investors' confidence. So maybe they are going to cut rates. Hmm? This would either be a news that will boost, either it will increase or decrease traders' confidence in what? In market. So when you become a trader, some of these things, where will you get them? Some of these news you may see them on X, that is um formerly called Twitter. That is the reason why when you become a trader, apps like this you don't need to ignore them. Where is it? Uh, here is it, right? X. You don't need to do it. You don't need to ignore them. Do you get it? You don't need to ignore them, right? So that is it. So when you become a trader, some of these things you need to have them, and you need to get time, follow news or areas where you could get better news about the what? About the market, right? So those news are what gives context or meaning to technical analysis. Now, even if no matter how you draw your support and resistance, listen, no matter how you draw your support and resistance, a news, breaking news, just one breaking news can turn your support into resistance, eh? And your resistance into support. That is how the market works. This is your technical. Your technical says that this is your support zone, this is your resistance zone. But the news, the fundamentals can change your support zone to become resistance zone and your resistance zone to support zone. That's how it works. So that is the reason why when you become a trader, you need to do it. You need to respect fundamentals as well, right? So now, how do you learn more about fundamentals, especially in crypto, right? As far as Royal Q is concerned, how do you learn more about fundamentals? The first thing, what you need to understand is we trade assets. We don't trade, crypto doesn't trade currencies, we trade assets, digital assets, right? Now, the momentum of these assets depend on so many factors. The momentum of these assets depend on so many factors aside news being read in the market or being dropped in the market. You need to understand the nature of the assets you trade, especially on the spot market and also extra on the futures market. Now, I've been that type of trader who mostly focus on trading one asset. I don't mostly jump on changing trading every asset a day or a week or a month. Sometimes in a whole month, I would be just focusing on trading on only one asset. Yes. And the question is why? Because I understand fundamental analysis. So that is the main reason why we are focusing on today's lesson on fundamental analysis. That ability does not come from technical. Listen, it's 60% fundamental, 40% technical. Hmm? So now let's go back. Where do we get that? So there are so many technical analysis tools, sorry, fundamental analysis tools that we can use them to learn. Hmm? There are so many of them, and let's list some of the tools. Let's list some of the tools here. So we have CoinMarketCap. I'm taking this lesson slow, as if someone is a beginner, someone who activated yesterday, for the person to understand. CoinMarketCap. Hmm? Coin Glass. We have CoinMarketCap. Cow. There are many. You can mention them. You can mention them in the chat. Let me see if you still remember them. Drop some of them in the chat box. So some of the fundamental analysis tools. Hmm? Drop them. Drop some in the chat box. And let me see. Some of the fundamental analysis tools. Drop some of them in the chat box and let me see. CoinGecko. Okay, CoinGecko. Cointelegraph. Mm-hmm. Good. CoinDesk. Crypto news. Very good. So basically, let me see if I have some of them here. Good. So something like coin ranking. Let me use this. Okay. So something like coin ranking. Okay. The fundamental analysis tool. Coin glass. Then what again? Coin Gecko. Yes, that is what some of you dropped in the chat. So Dex screener, very good. Dex screener. And this is also important. Dex screener. Then you have coin market cow. It's also here. Right. And I believe that is all. So there are many of them. There are many of them that you can use to study and get more information about what about your fundamentals. So basically, we focus on mostly we use um coin market cap, and of course, and it's enough. Okay, coin market cap is enough. If you have that one, unless otherwise you wish to add more to it, it's okay. So someone was asking, where do you get the news? Yes, so I give a typical example of the best place. The apps are good, but the best place to generate more news is on X. X. That is where is it? That is Twitter, right? This is the best place to do it, to derive news or something, right? So if you want more news about crypto and other things, news that impact the market, the best place you could get some of these things is from X. You can get a lot of information or news on what's on your trading. So this is CZ, former Binance CEO, the owner of BNB. That is his tweet. So sometimes some of these things, when you take time to be here, you will learn. It gives you fair knowledge about the market and what people even think about the market. And mind you, the market is all about what people think and how people behave, right? Okay, so let's proceed. So talking about fundamental analysis, for instance, they said this is a news, a breaking news. Harvard just moved from Bitcoin to Ethereum. They sold about 21% of their Bitcoin ETF and used some of that cash to buy 87 million Ethereum. Then CZ is asking, what is next year? Is it altcoin season? Do you get it? So even though you don't know what is happening, but getting back to X and hearing some of these news, now you begin to ask yourself a question. Why are people selling Bitcoin to buy Ethereum? Do you get the idea? Why are people selling Bitcoin to buy Ethereum? So if you are a long-term trader that is focusing on maybe waiting for something good in the market, now you begin to follow the trend. If institutions are now beginning to sell certain assets to buy certain assets, it's giving you certain gist or hint in the market. That is what we are saying. So mostly fundamental news are important because it boosts your confidence about the market. Are we together? 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 All right. Very good. Let's go. So as for X, honestly, every trader don't joke with X because with X you could get news that helps you to know how things are moving in the market. Do you get it? So you take your time, you get back to X, you study the trend, how things are moving, traders' confidence, people's news, what they think about the market. All the time on X, you could get a lot of information. If there's going to be a rate cut too, the first place you can easily see some of these things is on X. Do you get it? It's on X. These are the places where you can see the best updates about crypto markets. Provided you are a crypto trader and you are following crypto news. It's not everyone that I follow. Do you get it? But people that easily bring news or drop updates about the market, they are those people that I like following. All right, let's proceed. Let's proceed. So let's look at CoinMarketCap. What are they saying? So latest Vitalik Buterin says prediction markets are over converging toward unsustainable short-term bets and proposing shifting the sector to AI-powered hedging tools type. Rah, 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 rah. Right. So Oh, you see, that is also his mindset. That is the owner of Ethereum. Okay. So what we are saying is that when we study fundamental analysis, they gives us confidence about the market. Confidence, and it is important. Trading is all about confidence in making decision, right? So now let's go back to CoinMarketCap. CoinMarketCap. All right. Now, when it comes to CoinMarketCap, the first thing that a trader should consider is um the first thing that a trader is supposed to consider is the total cap of the assets in the market. Total cap. When I say total cap, the market cap either increases or decreases. Okay, it increases or decreases. So let me see. Very good. So this is the total cap, and this thing you should be checking it along the time, along the path all the time, right? So market cap, the total market cap of what, of cryptocurrencies, is it going up or down? If the market cap is going down, it simply means traders' confidence are reducing or decreasing. Hmm? Traders' confidence are decreasing. So mostly those who love long-term trading, they consider at least in a week, how would it be? So if on a consistent row, if the cap continues to be decreasing, people love shorting. So people don't just short. Listen, people don't just what short. So when traders get to realize that the market cap of cryptocurrencies are decreasing in within a week or month, they will steady the trend to do or to short. These are some of the things you don't know. Now, the next part has to do with greed and fear index, or fear and greed what index. All these form part of fundamentals. Okay, so when we talk of fear and greed index, fear and greed. Let me clean it. So fear and greed. Now, basically, like I said earlier, trading is about people's confidence in the market. The confidence in the market that is what determines either a trader will go long or short. And confidence is all about how you feel. That is your sentiment or your emotions. So basically, I want to talk of fear and greed index. The idea is that sometimes traders are more fearful of making decisions in the market. So when traders are fearful, they sell. They sell their assets. That is when you see more shorts, the market continue to be dropping. Simply means there is too much fear in the market. And greed has to do with when traders see that there is more opportunity of selling the assets, then most all of them will begin to venture into selling. And mostly, if it is buying to, all of them begin to buy. Since more people are becoming greedy in the market, they want to make more profits. So traders study the fear and greed index in a market for them to believe what is happening. And as you can see, they said what? Extreme fear. Hmm? extreme fear. I should tell you, for now, more traders are fearful of making decisions due to how easy the markets keep crashing all the time. So in this scenario, despite the fact that traders may go long, genuine traders or more traders will focus on how they can short because they've seen that there is an extreme fear in the market. Traders don't know what to do at the moment. They are more fearful. Do you get it? If you understand that, give me one. Let me know if you've understood the point of discussion here. Do you understand the point of discussion here? Do you get it? Very good. Very good. So you decide to long a trade or short a trade, and you have no idea how to go about it. Either when to long, when to short, you have no idea. Over here, studying these tools will help fundamental analysis, will help the trader to be able to learn and understand what to do. So fear and greed was indexed. It impacts your confidence in the market for you to know how fearful you should be or how greed you should also be. You know, there is a saying that be fearful. Hmm? Be fearful when others are greedy, and be greedy when others are fearful. So your ability to be afraid of the market depends on fundamental, that is market sentiment, and CoinMarketCap will be able to give you that. So you have this here, you have your alt index here, greed and fear index as well. Studying to understand, knowing traders' sentiments, traders' feelings about the markets, either most of them are greed, most of them are fearful, or extreme fearful. That is what is going to help the trader to be able to know and identify his next decision in the market. Now, afterwards, the next thing that a trader can do is the caliber of coins to do or to trade. So let's click on coins. Now, when it comes to coins that you should trade, traders, as a trader, you don't need to just wake up to just decide on, oh, I'm going to trade this asset because it is pumping, especially on the spot market. On the spot market, don't just trade any asset because it is pumping. The fact that asset is pumping, listen, the fact that asset is pumping doesn't mean that you should trade it. Oh, listen, you not get it. Oh, an asset may be pumping, but just for a little while. The next thing that you see is dump. And in this case, if you're a spot trader, when assets dump on you, sometimes it may be so difficult to get back. It may be so difficult that particular asset gets back. And that is where a lot of traders begin to find themselves wanting in the market. Trust me, if you are the type of trader who don't consider coins before you trade and just trade any other asset that you see because it is pumping, you might end up in huge floating loss. That is trading. You might end up in huge floating loss. And one thing about the floating loss thing is that if you don't know the performance of the asset, mm, sometimes it frustrates you a lot. It frustrates you a lot because you don't know how things are going to end. Either it's going to rise at the end or it's going to continue to be dampened at the end. You don't even know. So the coin you trade matters a lot, and that is where fundamental comes in. Secondly, on the futures market, the coin you trade also matters because there are certain coins that they behave like this. Pa, 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 pa. They just behave like mad person. If I draw this, what I mean is you see them going up within a seconds, within the same second they come down. They go up within a second, the same second they get down. So they are very unstable in even driving profit for you. The probability of them rising, the probability of them dropping is very high. And in that case, liquidation is always closer to your doorstep. Because when you are supposed to make profits, then the asset is dumping. You short it, it is pumping. You long it, it is dumping. What a crazy thing. Are you together? So the coin you trade also matters. You need to come to CoinMarketCap to study the coins. Are we together? Are you together? So from tomorrow, our next lesson, we will talk about how to study the assets. So if you take SRP, for instance, why do you think someone can trust SRP and invest in SRP, both on the long term and on the short term? Being it sports or futures, how can one understand the coin and then also trade on them? So if we permit tomorrow, we talk about coin, right? Sorry, we talk about assets and then how to invest in them. So the coin that you trade is important. So just imagine you get back here, we have the first 100 cryptocurrency asset. Say no. As for you, dear, you know what you are doing. Okay. So you want to go for the last asset, maybe the 40,000 assets in the market. That's what you want. Okay, no problem. Hmm? So basically, if you want to run away from huge floating loss, which has got endless or meaningless definition for you, stay away from trading every coin and get back into the market and study those coins that are very worth to do or to trade on them. If not, the first 10 to first 50 are okay. Even 50 is too much. Mm. I think the first 20 or first 30 is okay. Hope I'm clear. So at the end of the day, fundamentals analysis are important. That is what we are going to look at gradually from tomorrow. Tomorrow, if God permits, we shall look at, we shall take the categories of those cryptocurrencies and how the categories also matters in terms of your decision making in the market on selecting an asset to go to trade, right? Then how teams or manufacturers manipulate assets to their own benefit. We shall look at them if God permit tomorrow. So let me hold on here. If you have any question, you ask. Let me hold on here so that if you have any question, you ask. Let me hold on here so that if you have any question, you feel free to do or to ask. All right. So guys, let me hold on here. If you have any question, you feel free to ask. Let me hold on here. If you have any question, feel free to ask. Yes. So if you have any question, ask. Hmm? If you have any question, please ask. Mind you, the meeting is recorded, and at your free time, you can still watch it again, right? At your free time, you can still rewatch it again. So, if you have any question, please you can drop your question in the chat box so that we. All right. So let me handle those questions that is in the chat. Okay, so let me take these four questions. Would you advise on copy trading? Will you advise on copy trading? Okay, so my answer is no. Why? Now, copy trading are good, but on the other side, this is it. Why I wouldn't advise you to trade copy trading. Now, when you copy a trade, first you pay for a fee and you also pay I mean, the trader as well, right? So I believe that if not for anything, just enjoy by focusing on yourself, being able to learn how to trade, and then initiating your own trade. Secondly, if you follow a copy trader, that doesn't mean you wouldn't run loss. If the copy trader also run loss, you also run loss as well, right? So it is best you take your time to learn and initiate trade yourself than following copy traders. Do you get it? It is best for you to learn to initiate trade yourself than following copy traders. That's my fair view on that. So I'd prefer you focus on learning to trade yourself so that you can be able to initiate or set up your own trade than following copy traders. Hmm? And the funny part of copy trading is that, or those that copy trade is that they become so relaxed in learning. Hmm? They become so relaxed in learning, which is very bad. So give yourself task and follow the task to do or to learn more. Okay. Now, um, is it foolproof that those coins you discuss can never lead to liquidation? I never said they can never lead to liquidation, but their nature to liquidation is very high. Hmm? And mind you, I'm not talking about only futures, I'm talking about sports. Do you get it? Now, assets like Solana, BTC, Ethereum, and Co may liquidate you as well. But that wouldn't be like non-stable assets like Jelly Jelly or any serious meme which has got no value. Those ones they manipulate them a lot and they follow the trend of gambling as well. Because to 30 seconds you see them like this. This is how their nature behaves. Like they are like this, then they move like this. So within a short period of time, that same asset did 50% on long. The same time it did 50% on short. Sometimes both long and short just manipulations all over. Both long and short, they will just wipe you out. You go long, you get liquidated. You go short, you get liquidated. But following those assets, they may not follow that kind of what foolish manipulations in the market unless it's a strong manipulation or a strong crash in the entire market. Hope you get it, please. All right. So I'm here for the first time. How do I watch the previous ones? Yeah, so you go to our YouTube channel, you search for Royal Q Revolution. Okay. So let me see if I have YouTube on my device. YouTube. Okay, so um okay, so come to YouTube, you search for so this Royal Q Revolution, right? So this one of our lessons, you take your time to watch them, you subscribe, mm, Okay. Please. That is all right. Then I learned we don't trade new coins against USDT. So how will you know the coin is new? How will you know the coin is new? So I was only citing that example from the exchange, right? I was only citing that example from the exchange. Okay. Then kindly let us know the value you can see on the market cap to give that strong confidence that the market is bullish or bearish, and that of the fear and greed index. All right. Then, so now on CoinMarketCap, let's learn something here. This is the total cap. Now, let's look at something. As you can see, this is the performance, the one in green, the green one here, right? That is the performance now. The market cap volume, market cap, and then what? And then volume. When you get back here, I was talking about long-term traders. That's what they consider. Sometimes in the whole week, it keeps dropping. The entire market cap keeps dropping. And that is what communicates to the trader to know that no, there is an internal something happening, and that is what is causing the drop of the entire cap. So if a cap is not increasing, and in the course of our lesson, maybe we may take time to learn some of these things. MCAP breakdown, and then the total market cap breakdown. Do you get it? So if a trader wants to know how this thing can impact his confidence, sometimes within entire week it keeps going down, it keeps dropping, and then you will see it here. You will see the volume, right? Now with the what we call fear and greed index. Naturally, when I said that when traders are fearful, you can see, as you can see, this is called extreme fear. There is still panic in the market, extreme fear. Hmm? This should tell you people are fearful in this market now because of the crash. Hmm? People are more fearful here now. And most traders will prefer to short as compared to longing. Because today you see BTC at 70K, the next day you see it at 62K. Today from 62, you see it at 68K, the next time you see it at 65K. So most traders are fearful, extremely fearful. Do you get the word? Extremely, extreme. So that is it. I believe that answers your question well. Okay, so when do you advise one may trade the meme coins? Yes, you may trade meme coins when you are prepared and you've understood the behavior of that meme coin, but not on the spot. Unless otherwise, you want to chance opportunities. If you want to chance opportunities, no problem. But you need to understand the nature of the coin. You need to understand that if I invest in this coin, especially on the spot, if I invest in this coin, since it is pumping, if I invest in it and it dump, I should know that that is my end. I'm ready for that. If not, don't go there. Do you get it? If not, don't go there. Then I heard about token pockets. Advert just today. Are they safe to invest on token pockets? Are they safe to invest on? So my simple answer to you is you are not using token pocket for your investment, right? So ignore token pockets whilst you use your sec exchanges, right? So like Binance, OKX or KuCoin, focus on those ones and use them. in order for you to be safe with your investment. Now, basically, what are you using them to invest? You are here to buy assets, and besides, if you want decentralized exchanges to use them for investments, there are others. As you can see here, let me show you. So you have Phantom here. We also have Tonkeeper, right? Aside that, we also have let's see, Trust Wallet. Very good. Trust Wallet. Trust Wallet is somehow decentralized. You get it? Yes. So please ignore token pockets whilst you focus on using your actual exchange for your investment or your trading. Hope that is okay. Do you have a list of best selling coins? Do you have a list of best selling coins? Unless we do that together for now, no. Then, do you trade Solana, BNB, Ethereum? I invest in those assets. We call them blue chip, right? We call them blue chip. So when they are dumping in spot markets, so with Ethereum, Solana, BTC, my favorite asset is Solana. Anyway, the focus is to buy more of it, right? The focus is to do it is to buy more of it. So actually, whilst you are trading to make profits, you should also focus on the long term. And we may talk about that. That is investment plans. So we may talk about that later. You should also focus on the long term. So you make profits, especially those trading on the futures market. I've advised you on this before. You make profits, you set aside part of it to buy assets for your future, and it saves you a lot as well. So that is it. So let me see. I believe that is all for today. There is no question. I believe I've been able to answer all questions pertaining to this morning discussion that you've asked, and I've done justice to that. And I hope you're also satisfied with the answers given. So if there is no question, um, I suggest we bring the session to an end for today. Today is Tuesday, and we shall have beginners classes. We shall have beginners classes by 10 o'clock Ghana time. So that is an hour and 30 minutes more to go. We shall have beginners classes. So we can let's get prepared to meet there as well. Let's get prepared to meet there as well. We shall meet again if God permits. So guys, I believe we will end here. Let me see. There is a question, two questions here. Do you trade spot markets when a coin is dumping? Do you trade as do you trade spot markets when coin is dumping? When coin is dumping on the spot market, it depends on the coin. It depends on the coin. When assets is dumping on the spot market, yes, of course. So if you want to buy more on the spot market, that is when the asset is dumping. That is when you do what you buy. Do you get it? You buy more when the asset is dumping, and it depends on the coin. So naturally, in trading on the spot market, you buy more when the asset is what is dumping instead of buying when the asset is pumping, right? Okay, so I believe that is it. So guys, we will end here for today. We shall meet again in the next session if time permits us to do so. The link will be shared on the platform. Let's stay alert, let's trade in peace, and let's focus on ourselves and avoid Ponzi schemes. Listen, let's trade, let's focus on ourselves and avoid Ponzi scheme at all costs. There is a saying that even if I will do anything, it shouldn't be this kind of lifestyle. Then even if you do anything online, stay away from Ponzi scheme and have your peace of mind. Stay away from Ponzi scheme and have your peace of mind. That is my advice to you. If you want to trade, if you want to have your peace of mind online, stay away from Ponzi scheme. They may steal your joy forever. Listen, when you trade and you get liquidated, you learn. You get back again, you know it's a skill that you are acquiring. But what happens to you when you realize that you have been scammed and fooled at the same time? That is very hurtful. It's hurt and it's painful as well. Never let yourself to be scammed by a foolish fool. Do you get it? Never let yourself to be scammed. Of course, when you get liquidated, you learn and you know you've acquired the skills. It's a mistake that you've done, but the honest part of it, of Ponzi scheme, is that you yourself, you know that you are playing a game where someone can scam you. So you are just giving yourself to foolish fools, people who want to use you as a prey to eat. That's all. Should that be the case? And the answer is no. Please, let's all be careful outside there. We cannot continue to be weeping all the time because of money. At a point in time, we need to learn and grow. We need ourselves, right? So let's keep building, let's keep going. Real Q is here to stay forever. Yesterday they were doing updates and I saw most of you were panicking. Real Q has been doing updates all the time. Sometimes some of the update takes 3 weeks. It takes 3 days. API gets unbind. And the funny part of it is those 3 days, when you renew again, they will add it for you for free. If they do renew update for 3 days such that it stops all trading and everything, they will tell you that they've added that 3 days as extra days for you. So when your account is yet to expire, you enjoy 3 days for free. Those 3 days that they used to update it. You've seen this several times, so it isn't a news. Take your time, enjoy your journey in Royal Kill, and grow. This is the only industry where you can get all these things for free. Honestly, there are most of you here that I don't even know you. You are not part of my team. But what brought us here together? It is the bond that we have as community, the love that we share together, and the good mindset that traders want that everyone will get acquire a better skills. That is the reason why we are here. If it is about Ponzi scheme, then we'll be selfish. Now, if I'm selfish, I wouldn't be here this morning because you are not in my team. I don't know you, and I don't need to waste time on you. But out of selfless ambition, we are all here this morning. Ponzi scheme is never drawn on that bottom line because it is a selfish business where greedy people want to make money and leave the selfless people empty. So you go there to make money, the greedy person is going to use you as a prey to make money, then you run away because you know that you are a fool who never thinks. But it shouldn't be so, right? So please, let's all guard ourselves. Let's be careful of the decisions we make in the market, and then also the decisions we make while searching for money in life. It is very, very important, right? It's very, very important. So please, let's all stay along. Let's stay on track and let's keep going. Yes, we have good mindsets. That's why we are helping since 2021. That is it. So, guys, you end here for today. If God permits, we shall meet again in the next session. All right. I wish you all the best and love you all. Have a good day. Bye.